Hi, it's me again, Sasha from So Make. I said that I would show you how to do a mitred corner, and on this it's an example on a curtain that I'm doing. I'm running a curtain making workshop tomorrow and Saturday, so I thought it would be a good idea to video how to do the mitred corners for my students. And also it'd be a good idea to share with you guys. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I have my sample here where I've joined and pattern matched two sides together. And what I'm now going to do is it's all straight on the side, so I'm just going to make sure that the bottom edge is straight. So using a set square and a long ruler, I'm now going to draw a line across the bottom just to make sure that it's all nice and square. And now I've done that, and I'm now just going to cut this. Okay, so I've made that nice and straight along the bottom. And so what I now need to do is I now need to measure in my seam allowance, my side seam allowance, and my bottom hem allowance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my side seam allowances in. And for my side seam allowances, I use 5 centimetres. Just grabbing a little ruler. So yeah, I measure in 5 centimetres, and then I just finger press it all the way along, all the way up the top. Can you see? 5 centimetres there. Move it over. It's a bit tricky with a camera. I'm just going to turn the camera down. Okay, so I'm just going to measure that as 5, and then I'm just going to finger press it. And then just continue. Now I'm going to continue this along the other side and up here and along the other side, and then I'm going to come back to you. Okay, so I've pressed the side seams in 5 centimetres. Now what I'm going to do is my bottom seam, I'm going to fold up 20 centimetres, which I've already done on this one. And then I'm going to open it out and I'm going to fold it back to that fold line where I've just folded up to 20 centimetres. And I'm just going to hand press along here, making sure that it's all nice and straight. I think everybody's different when they make curtains. Some people like to use an iron, some people like to press everything. I think sometimes that when you use an iron though, it can just leave that quite harsh press line. So what I tend to do is I tend to use my nail and just finger press it in for now. At least then if you need to move it, you can adjust it and you haven't got that an iron mark there. And also I find it's a lot easier to sew along when you don't have a really crisp line. And the other benefit is I think it sits better on the bottom of the floor, and you haven't got that crisp line. You've got more of a kind of a softened bottom edge of your curtain rather than having that crisp line. So I've just folded that over. Now I'm just going to fold it back like so. And if you want to give it a light press, just give it a very, very light press, but it's not necessary. Right, okay, I'm going to move over to the other side. And I'm just going to turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing next. Okay, so to do your mitred corner, this is a doubled seam, and my double seam is a 10 centimetre finish seam. Now, depending on the length of your curtain, you might want to have a deeper seam, you might want to have a narrower seam. Bottom hem, I'm saying seam, bottom hem. I think it all depends on the final length of your curtain. I've gone for a 10 on this one. This is just a sample piece, like I said, because I'm going to be doing a class on this over the weekend. So I generally do a 10 centimetre, but again, it depends on what you're doing. So to do the mitre, I've got 3 pins, and I'm going to pop a pin, if you can see here. This is my side seam. I'm going to pop a pin where the hem meets the side seam. I'm then going to put a second pin here, exactly, but on the hem this time, where that side seam meets there. And then I'm going to put another pin on the corner of my hem, where they all meet. So then I'm going to open this out, like so. If it gets a bit stuck, just loosen it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that first pin here. I'm just going to move this here. I'm going to pin that where that was and pin that to my table. If you don't have a table, just position the pin in the fabric. Open this out like so. And then I'm going to pin that one there too. And then I've managed to lose my pin, but I can see where the pinhole was there. So then I'm just going to again pin that in the table. And as you can see, it gives me an angle here. So now I'm going to press that. Again, you can finger press it if you like, but I'm just going to press it with an iron just for you, just to show you what you need to do. Press that in position, making sure you've got a nice pressed angle here. And then I'm going to take my pins out, making sure you can see this properly. And then I'm going to fold that first fold up, which is where my first single hem would have been, and then fold this in here like so, and then refold that up there like so, and then you end up with a perfect mitre. Can you see that? And that this is the position, so you just repeat that on the other end, and then once you've done that, what you need to do is open out the mitre, and then you can pop your curtain weight in here. And again, I'm going to do a video on how to make some curtain weights, some penny curtain weights as well. And then once you've done that, depending on whether you're interlining or whether you're lining it, if you're interlining it, you'll need to pop your interlining in next, and then you can ladder stitch up your mitre so you don't see any stitches. Otherwise you can ladder stitch it up now, and then you can put your lining on top. I hope that's been helpful, and like I said, I am going to post another video on how to do some penny weights, how to make your own, and also how to make some pockets, some cord pockets for your tape. So okay, like I said, I hope this has been useful, and thanks for your time.